What's up guys, Jesse here, and we're back on my channel, Jesse Civic 101, and today is skill level 16. Now, last skill level we learned about the brake system, and the one before that we learned about reservoirs, the radiator, the engine, the transmission, and how everything works up top, pretty much except for the electrical system, which is going to be the next skill level. So today we are learning about the suspension, and again, early on in the skill levels we're keeping it light. We're just kind of learning the names of parts and kind of what they do. We're keeping it light. Again, like to reiterate that. So let's get started. All right, Jesse here, and we're back up under the car. So this is your struts, and what your struts do is when you're driving, it controls the bounce of your car. So when you're driving, you go over bumps, this controls how smooth your ride is. Make sense? And also when you're cornering and when you're braking, it kind of plays a role in that too, is how the weight shifts in the car. And next up, this doodad right here would be your upper control arm, and this would be your lower control arm. Now there are some cars that does not have two control arms like this one. This is called a double wishbone suspension. Very good suspension compared to I had a RSX. It did not have this. It had what they call the McPherson suspension. Not a bad suspension, but some companies use it to save money. So on the McPherson suspension, if you lower it, because it don't have it's all made together, like the tie rods connected to the strut, the tie rods will sit like this when you lower the car and make a V, and it makes it handle very bad. Now these cars with double wishbone, no matter how low you lower them, I'm sure there's a point of no return, but for the most part they handle like go-karts. Very good suspension. Next up would be the tie rod. Most cars I know of have an inner and outer tie rod. So tie rods go to your steering rack. Steering rack connects to your steering wheel. I had a brain fart for a minute, sorry y'all. And when you turn your steering wheel, this tie rod right here moves your hub, which moves your wheel. So it controls how you steer your car. And then last but not least, you're sitting on a ball joint, which allows all this stuff to work together. And some people call it like a pivot. So it allows everything to pivot. And that's pretty much how suspension works on a car, and that's the identification of all the suspension. So you have your struts, you have your upper control arm, you have your lower control arm, you have your outer tie rod, and then there is an inner tie rod right here, and then you have your ball joint. I had another brain fart. I am brain farting today, y'all. And that's pretty much it, guys. Anyways, next week, skill level 17. I think we're doing electrical. We're learning about battery starter, etc., etc. So I appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. I'm also on TikTok. See you guys next video.